Great morning, business owners and managers, and welcome to another awesome episode of CX in the Morning, Customer Experience in the Morning. I am your gracious host, Mr. Wes Walters, and on every single CX in the Morning, I bless you with customer service tips, customer experience tricks, and gems. And if you've been watching long enough, by gems, you know I mean actionable takeaways that you can implement at the speed of now, immediately after this broadcast. You'll be able to take what you've learned, sharing it with your team and your business, making your team and your business better. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy first broadcast for Black History Month. Man, how's everybody doing? How's IG doing? How's the family and IG doing? I am doing amazing. I'm doing real great. And if you were here last week, you know, we touched on last week's show. We touched on the importance of simple things that you can do to wow the customer, if I'm not mistaken. So now we're gonna remember, I talked about utilizing 4 of the 5 senses to wow the customer. And so now we're gonna break down each 4 in each 4 is gonna have its own show. So today we're gonna talk about the sense of hearing, creating the soundtrack to your business, And you're like, why would I need a soundtrack to my business, Wes? Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. So this is what research at Harvard and Yale have said about music. Music improves brain health and function in many ways. It makes you smarter, happier, and more productive at any age. Listening is good, playing it is better. Now, I always like to tell people, I play the oboe, the flute, the drums, the clarinet, the guitar, piano. Yeah, I play all these instruments. I didn't tell you how well I play the instruments. I just play them. So I play a lot of instruments, but I only play one instrument well. I play my instrument is an alto saxophone. So here's a little story about Wes. So when I was growing up, all the boys wanted to play the trumpet. That was the instrument, you know, like nobody, if you wasn't playing a trumpet, you wasn't talking about nothing. Everybody wanted to play the trumpet. And of course, in a public school system, they only had so many trumpets, right? But everybody wanted to play the trumpet. If you were not a boy, if you didn't play the trumpet, nothing else counted. Like, so it was a constant struggle for the band instructor, because the band was only trumpet players. It was a horn section. Nobody wanted to play drums. We were like, give me an F. I ain't playing no drum. Give me an F. I ain't playing no guitar. Give me an F. Flute, clarinet. Are you kidding me? That's a girl instrument. I ain't playing that. So the band instructor constantly had to fight with boys to be like, nah, look, everybody can't play the trumpet. Be like, nah, I ain't playing the trumpet. I'll take an F. If I don't play the trumpet, I'm going back to home economics. That's how serious it was. Like, I'll take home ec if I'm not playing the trumpet. So anyway, I couldn't play the trumpet. For some reason, the mouthpiece, I could not blow the sound. Anyone who's tried to play the trumpet, you know, your lips have to be a specific way to blow the trumpet. So I could not play the trumpet. So I resorted to, he was like, hey, why don't you try the alto saxophone? I'm like, I'm playing with alto saxophone. I'm a trumpet player. It's like try the alto saxophone. And I got the reed and got the mouthpiece, and you don't have to position your mouth any specific way on a saxophone. You just put it on and blow. Yeah. Anyway, long story short version, I was able to blow the saxophone, and that became my my instrument. So little known fact, Wes is an alto saxophone player. Yeah, I can play the alto saxophone, and I made it far enough to be in advanced band. Yeah, I was good enough to get an advanced band. So I'm a moderately good saxophone player, alto saxophone player. I can read music. Another fact, I can read music and all that. So it's a little known facts about Wes. But let the juggling begin. Let's get into why we're here. The importance of music. So I was reading off some of the the benefits of music and having a soundtrack to your business. I didn't know that. Now you know, and known as half the battle. Yes, Wes Walters is an alto saxophone player, and Wes Walters can read music. And in high school, Wes Walters got as high as advanced band. Now, here's where it gets sad. Here's where it gets sad. And then we're going to get into the topic, right? So I played the alto saxophone, and while I was in high school, the leader of my posse, back then we didn't have cliques. It wasn't called cliques. Where I'm from, we had called posses. So my posse was, the leader of the posse. I'm not going to call anybody names. He said, man, instruments are for nerds. You a nerd? And me in my young, naive mind said, I ain't no nerd. I'm hard. And dropped out of advanced band, and sadly never touched the saxophone again in public. So one of the gems here is the importance of peer pressure, and how important, as if you have kids, your child closest friend, you might not even know it, has a deeper impact on you, on your child, than you as a parent. They spend more time with their friends, 8 hours per day in school, and all it took was one friend. Now, it's important to say that friend now works at the Texaco gas station pumping gas. All right, so so if I had continued playing the alto saxophone, I could have got a free ride to college. Free ride. I wouldn't have to owe Sally Mae nothing. But because one friend said playing an instrument is for nerds, I never touched the alto saxophone in public again because I wanted to be hard. I could just smack the little Wes right now. The high school Wes, I could just smack him. So if you have kids, and my parents were very involved in my life, they just knew one day I came home and be like, I'm not playing the saxophone again. I'll play it home in my room, but I'm dropping out of advanced band and then not playing the saxophone again. So if you have kids, that's the power of peer pressure. The leader of my posse, or let's just say the leader of my clique that I was in, he said, nerds play instruments. And are you a nerd? And I'm like, I ain't no nerd. And I never touched the alto saxophone again in public, which could have been my free ride to a 4-year institution, which could have been, man, musicians. If you're a musician, if you know how to hustle, and I got hustle in me, you would never have to work for somebody again. You could do, you can hook up with a drummer and play jazz, play, calypso. You can play any genre of music if you're a good musician. So that could have been my free ride. If I had stayed playing the alto saxophone, probably there would be no customer experience because I would have been a seasoned and a very, very good alto saxophone player. I'm a moderate because I haven't touched it in many years, but I would have been a seasoned. You never know. I could have been playing on many soundtracks. But anyway, just a little known fact about Wes. And now you know. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So the studies also says that music activates every part of the brain. Every part of the brain, music activates. So playing or even listening to music can make you smarter, happier, and more productive in all stages of life. Now, science has now proven that music lovers already know that listening to upbeat music can improve your mood. Yes, listening, great morning, I am love. Listening to positive to upbeat music can improve your mood. Now, also listening to music and playing music reduces chronic stress by lowering the stress hormones. So we see how important music is. We see how important music is. Now I always believe in using music as a power. I'm a part of a prestigious university called Hustle University, and the founder of Hustle University, Hotep, would always say, use music as a tool. So for me, when I'm doing my cardio in the morning, when I'm exercising, I need opposition music. I need rags to riches. I need music that talks about overcoming struggles. So I listen to rap, not just rap, but it has to be gangster rap. It has to be started from the bottom, now we here. It has to be hit 'em up. It has to be Ice Cube. It has to be that type of rebel music that, hey, you said we were not going to do it. Watch us do it. Kicking down doors, coming through the door, blasting type of music. Like, oh, you're not going to run this in 5 minutes? Watch me. That's the type of music, because I use music as a tool. Now, interesting story. I've watched interviews by the boxer, not Real Deal Holyfield, the Money Team. I've watched interviews with dude for the Money Team, and he listens to R&B when he's practicing. I would fall asleep, but for some reason that works for him. I would never be able to exercise with R&B. It's too peaceful. I need upbeat tempo music. So again, interesting, different people, different dynamics. But for me, I know for me what I need. Mayweather, there you go, Mayweather. See, I'm having a brain freeze. So Mayweather listens to R&B when he's practicing R&B. So he likes the gym to be calm. For me, I need upbeat. I need hip hop. I need real fast up tempo music, opposition music. When I'm doing my cardio, it's definitely Ice Cube, definitely Tupac, definitely some DMX. That's the type of music I need. So using music as a tool. So even for me, I actually have an against all odds playlist. I have a playlist for myself. So when I'm having a bad day, when things are not going the way they need to be, I actually have a playlist that I can always go to that immediately gets me back on the horse, that allows me to take a deep breath and remember who I am. So if you don't have that, I encourage you to have that as well. Create a playlist of songs that help you get through, that keep going. Now, why is music so powerful? And you're going to like, Wes, enough about the stories about your youth. Get to the meat and potatoes. All right, I'm getting to the meat and potatoes. Why is music so powerful? Because music, again, like the study said, affects it activates every part of the brain. Now, why does it do that, and how does it do that? Because it releases that feel good chemical called dopamine. Now, why is this important to enhancing the customer experience? Here it comes full circle. Dopamine is the good or bad habit former. Dopamine is that feel-good drug, that feel-good chemical that is so important in creating habits. Dopamine, if you're a sex addict, lots of dopamine, you're addicted to it. You're addicted to crack. Dopamine creates habits. So with the right soundtrack in your brick and mortar, once they hear that music, shopping with you becomes a habit. Now we're seeing the importance of having a soundtrack to your business. But it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Hey, great morning, Skip Tracing. We're talking about, as you can see, the soundtrack of your business and how important that is. In addition to dopamine, it gets deeper. More chemicals are released. The chemical of oxytocin. Wes, well, what is oxytocin? Oxytocin is affectionately referred to as the hugging drug because it is released during physical contact. So oxytocin is released when we're having sex, when we're being intimate, as well as when your frontline employees are making human contact with your customers or clients. Oxytocin is released. Great music is playing, connection, oxytocin is released. Always seeing the importance of having a soundtrack to your business. Type of 1, if we are seeing the importance of having a soundtrack to your business. It's not just about just dopamine. No, oxytocin. If you're making physical contact with your customers or clients and the music is playing and it's good music, oxytocins are released because of the physical contact. Let me know if that makes sense. Type of 1 if that's making sense and we're seeing the importance of a soundtrack to your business. Let's keep it moving. It gets deeper. It gets deeper. It doesn't stop there. Another chemical is released, serotonin. Woo! Now, why is serotonin so important in creating an awesome customer experience? One, Origin says one. All right. Serotonin plays a role in the dynamics of pride and loyalty. Who wants customer loyalty? Who wants customer loyalty? Any business owner and manager knows the importance of loyal customers. Loyal customers are the ones who come out when it's snowing. Loyal customers are the ones that come out when it's sleeting. Loyal customers are the ones that come out when the government said, don't leave your house, there's a curfew. Loyal customers come out anyway. Loyal customers are the ones that keep the business running when other customers stop coming. Serotonin plays a dynamic role in pride and loyalty. So we got dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, all by simply having a soundtrack to your business, having the music playing. It gets more. There's more. It gets deeper. It gets deeper. Wes, how much deeper can it get? It gets as deeper as endorphins are essential. Another important chemical that's released in the brain just by music. Endorphins are essentially released in response to pain. So if you have a high ticket item, if you have a premium price offering, and they're like, I don't know if I can afford this. I don't know if I can afford this. I really don't want to afford this. This is gonna hurt. Should I put it on a credit card? Should I put it on a debit card? It's hurting. It's gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt me. The endorphins allow us to go past the pain. So if you have a premium price offering, if you are up, and I hope you have a premium price offering, please, you should have a premium price offering. And if you don't have a premium price offering, I will show you. You need to definitely go to workwithwes.com and book a session so we can show you why it's important to have a premium price offering. But if you have a premium price offering, endorphins allow your customers to go past the pain. Now, again, all of these things are happening on a subconscious level. They're not even aware that the music that you have playing is allowing them to make that premium price offering, to allow them to make their premium price purchase. They're not even aware that the music is allowing them to bond with your associates by when it's releasing oxytocin, just by, hey, welcome to the store, a gentle touch on the shoulder. Hey, we're happy that you're here, Mr. Williams. They're not even aware that the soundtrack that you're playing is releasing dopamine and allowing them to create habits of coming to your store and shop. They're not even aware that the soundtrack that you got playing is allowing them to release serotonin that's building customer loyalty. All of these things are happening in stealth mode. Stealth mode. So they're not even aware of it. Why it's important to have a soundtrack to your business. Why it's important. Now, over the years, I've done over 15 years of research to write my book. And a lot of that research came from, and if you haven't got the book is called 3 Simple Ways to Turn One-Time Consumers into Loyal Customers. You can find it at weswalters.com or Amazon. But definitely go to weswalters.com and get it. Now, over my years of doing extensive research, there are two artists that by far have the most crossover appeal than any other artist on the planet. It doesn't matter if your audience are white, if your audience are black, if your audience are green like the Incredible Hulk, if your audience are green like Shrek, or if your audience are blue like a Smurf. These two artists have unlimited crossover appeal. It doesn't matter where you put this music on. People begin to feel happy and engaged. Mr. Origin, can you guess one of these artists? Can you guess one of these artists that have unlimited crossover appeal? It doesn't matter. You can put this music on in a group of at a skinhead conference. People are gonna bob their head like, you know what? He's a darkie, but that's a good song. Mr. Origin, let me know if you guess one of these artists. What one of the artists that has unlimited crossover appeal, where their music just makes people feel happy. It doesn't matter their skin complexion, melanin or no melanin. Give me one of the artists if you can. You have 60 more seconds. I know there's a delay. I know there's a delay. All right, so Mr. Origin is guessing, and he's probably Googling it, but I'm going to give you the answer. The artists, the two artists that have unlimited crossover appeal are MJ, Michael Jackson, and Bob Marley. It doesn't matter what environment you're in. There is a Bob Marley song for every environment. It doesn't matter what environment you're in. There is a Michael Jackson song for every environment. It doesn't matter. The research have proved, especially when it comes to doing exhibit work. Oh my God. You put some Michael Jackson, listen, look. You put some Michael Jackson on. You put some Michael Jackson on in an exhibit hall, immediately people come over to your table. Immediately. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen so that you know what I'm talking about. You put this on at a exhibit hall. I'm not going to play it too long because YouTube is going to take it down. People come over and start dancing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People come over and start dancing. It does not matter. Now, in addition to Michael Jackson, like I said, Bob Marley as well has the same response. Bob Marley's music makes people feel happy. It makes people feel engaged. It makes people feel that, hey, no matter what you're going through, you're going to get through it. So now that we know the two artists that should be on your soundtrack, let's talk about the different industries that could benefit from having a soundtrack. All businesses should have a soundtrack to their business, but let's just talk about a couple of different industries that and we're going to play music to give you an example of what that sounds like. Now, of course, we said exhibits definitely have some Michael Jackson. You have some Michael Jackson and some candy. Trust me, your table is going to be booked. There's going to be a line around your table because people like free candy and people love Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson is going to bring them over. They're going to be like, hey, is that my song? Is that my song? And when you get them there, you get the candy, and then it's time for you to engage and book them for a call, right? Now, of course, if you have a boutique, it all depends. If you have an urban boutique, definitely some hip hop would be recommended. So I always like to give the story that I went to the mall with my mom, and there was a urban hip hop store. Can't go wrong with some Michael Jackson and Bob Marley. Yes, Origin is correct. You cannot go wrong with some Michael Jackson or Bob Marley. So I always like to give the story. I went to the mall with my mother, and in the mall, in a distance, there was just trap music playing, just mumble rap. I mean, blasting through the mall, right? I'm not gonna let you know. People who from Atlanta know what mall this was. It's on the east side. It's on the east side. It's in Decatur. I'm not gonna tell you the mall, but everyone who's from Atlanta knows this mall is on the east side and it's in Decatur. Just blasting trap music. And just from that music, my mother, again, we wasn't even in the store. We were in a distance. The music was so loud. But from that music, my mother was turned off. My mother knew right then that there was nothing in that store that she would want. There was nothing in that store that she would want. However, my daughter was like this. I want to just browse, Dad. Let me just see what's in the store. The difference, again, the importance of a soundtrack. That music, that trap music, served as a repellent to the wrong customer, my mother. It served as a repellent, say, hey, look, we don't want you here. And it also served as an attractor to my daughter, say, hey, you're welcome here. Come on. Even without a sign, even without someone saying, please come to the store, we have a sale. Listen, the power of the music was the sign. The music was the person standing outside passing out foods or passing out samples. The music was all of that. Simply by the music, it served as a repellent, saying, people over 55, we don't want you in here. And it served as an attractor for my daughter. People under 25, not only do we want you here, but you are welcome and we want your money. The importance of having a soundtrack to your business. It goes deeper. It goes deeper. Let's say you have a boutique, like another boutique. Now, if you have a boutique that caters to, older individuals over 45, you might have some. You can still have hip hop, but more of the relaxed hip hop. Some Common, some Dead Prez, KRS-One. The difference between KRS-One and Little Baby, you see the type of customers you're going to attract. Totally different. I always say if you have like a wing shop, what's always important for the studies have proven that are good for like wing shops, restaurants like that, fast casuals, or either playing the local radio station, or some clean hip hop. You cannot go wrong with that. If you have like a vegan spot, this is the type of music I would play for a vegan spot. If I had a vegan spot, this is the type of music I will play. And I'm not going to show the slides because I don't want YouTube to. I'm not going to show the video because I don't want YouTube to cancel the video and take it down. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. So if I had a vegan spot, this is some of the music I would be playing at my vegan spot. Not sure if you guys can hear it, but this is definitely the type of music I would play at my vegan spot. I thought I had it pulled up. Yeah, there we go. This is the type of music. If I had a vegan spot, this would serve as an attractor to people who are, vegans. They tend to be more peaceful. And this is the type of music I would play if I had a vegan spot. Give me a 1 if you can hear it. This is some Tasali right here. This is the type of music you hear at Tasali's vegan spot in the West End. Brothers and sisters just being in harmony and peace. Oh, yeah. You can hear it. 1. So if I had a vegan spot, this is the type of music I will have. I'm not going to have DMX blasting because, the type of hip hop that you want to play is most individuals, most vegans, they're against killing. So you want to have music that talks about peace and harmony. Make sense? Makes sense. All right, let's keep it moving. Now, let's just say you have like a restaurant. Now, so when I used to work at Red Lobster, again, all those who have been following me all these years know I used to work at Red Lobster. This was the song that was constantly playing every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes, this was the song that was playing at Red Lobster. Under the sea. So again, this theme music corresponds with the theme of Red Lobster. You're eating seafood. This was constant. Like I knew when I was in college, I knew the words for Under the Sea by heart. I mean, I listened to the song on repeat so many years of my life that I knew this song by word for word. But that's the type of music that if you had a seafood restaurant, you definitely want to have Under the Sea on the soundtrack. Let's keep it moving. Let's just say you have a high-end retail store. Like anyone have ever been to high-end retail stores like the Gucci's, the Fendi's. What type of music do they have playing? What type of music do they have playing? What type of music do they have playing? Classical music, slow music. You might have some miles, because the slower the music, the slower the tempo, the slower people shop. People slow down based on the tempo of the music. And if they slow down, they're going to spend more money. They're going to spend more money. The longer they spend in your store, they're going to spend more money. Of course, you go to a high-end retail store, it's not common to hear this, because you automatically slow down and browse. You automatically slow down and browse and spend more money. Always seeing the importance of having a soundtrack to your business, and how this music works in the subconscious level, where your customers are not even aware that it's happened. They're not even aware that, hey, dopamine is being released. They're not even aware that oxytocins are being released. They're not even aware that serotonin is being released. They're not even aware that endorphins are being released. All of these things are happening on a subconscious level, allowing them to push through that premium price purchase. Like, yes, it's out of my budget, but we're going to go through. It's not them. It's the endorphins that said, hey, it's going to be hard, but we got this. All by the soundtrack of your business. Let's say if you had, like if you've been to a hotel lobby, hotel lobbies would play the same type of classical music, high-end hotels, 5 stars, hospital lobbies and spas. Hospital lobbies and spas normally have music like this. Yes. So close your eyes, and imagine walking into a spa and hearing this. Close your eyes. You got to close your eyes, and you can see the power of music. Walking into a spa and you hear this. Disconnect. Now you see the importance of how the music affects the subconscious mind. What type of store comes to mind when you hear this? More of an urban boutique, not a spa. Not a spa. Not a spa. Now, songs like this, Against Opposition. Does this make you want to go to sleep, or this makes you want to get up and start fighting? Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up. What does that music do? Does that make you want to say, okay, slave master, okay, opposition, we're going to be good slaves. We're just going to bow down. We don't want any problem. We love you, massa. Not when you hear this. They say, this says, Britain, come get your flag and get out. That's what that says. Now, here's a little known fact. So, Zimbabwe has a national anthem. It is not Bob Marley's song, Zimbabwe. Most people think Bob Marley's song, Zimbabwe, is Zimbabwe's national anthem. It is not. They have their own national anthem. But that song was so powerful while they were fighting for their independence. That song was so inspirational while they were fighting for their independence. The common knowledge is that it's accepted as their national anthem. It is not their national anthem, but that song was so instrumental in them gaining independence that Zimbabwe, Bob Marley's song Zimbabwe, literally has been adopted as the national anthem, although they have a national anthem. With arms, we fight this little struggle. That's the only way we can overcome the opposition. Brother, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're so right. We go fight. We gonna fight. We have to fight. Fight for our rights. In a Zimbabwe. That type of music does not say, okay, Britain, we bow down. That type of music does not say, okay, opposition, okay, slave master, we don't want no problems. You are stronger, you are bigger, we bow down, and we're going to be good slaves. No, that type of music says we are going to fight, or we are going to be martyrs, and we will win. And you have until 12 o'clock to come pick up your flag and get the heck out of Dodge. The importance of the soundtrack. The importance of the soundtrack and how that affects the subconscious mind. That music went to the subconscious mind of the soldiers who were fighting and said, yes, we are willing to die than to be under your thumb. The importance of a soundtrack. This is weaponizing the music, using it as a tool. Now, of course, like I said, what about rehab? What type of music you think you will have at rehab? Definitely this type of music. Rehab, people who are trying to get over, people who are struggling with overcoming obstacles. What do they do? What type of music would you have? Definitely this type of music. Rocky theme song. What? Listen, I put this on. So I know I said I listen to gangster rap when I'm running. This is an honorary gangster rap song. I play this when I'm running too. Oh yeah. This gets the blood flowing. Guaranteed. If you get this, you hear this, and you're still sitting down, then you don't have a soul. Just go back to sleep. If you hear this and this doesn't motivate you to get up and start lifting weights or running or doing pull-ups, just go back to sleep. What type of music you would have at a rehab center to motivate the people, to let them know, like, hey, it's gonna be okay? What type of music? What type of music would you have? Definitely this type of music. Definitely. Hey, listen, you got your legs chopped off, or you was in a car accident, but it's gonna be okay. Happy music. Yes, your arm is amputated. Yes, it seems like it's the end of the world. It does. It seems bleak. You pump this on. Now, of course, let's go back. An urban boutique where my daughter would shop wouldn't play this. This is gonna repel my daughter. Not that she doesn't like being happy, but she don't want to hear this. Nah, she want to hear mumble rap. So she don't want to hear this type of music. All right, so let's close it up. Let's close it up. I think by now you guys have gotten an idea of the importance of having a soundtrack to your business. I think by now you guys have gotten a picture of how these feel-good chemicals work on a subconscious level. The dopamine, the oxytocin, the serotonin, the endorphins, how they're released and when they're released and what they do. So if you have a brick and mortar, it is imperative that you create a soundtrack for your business. It is imperative that you create a soundtrack for your business. In review, the dopamine is the feel-good chemical that creates habits. On a subconscious level, they're creating a habit to do business with you. The oxytocin is the hugging drug. It is created when we make connection. So once your frontline employees are making a connection, welcome to my store, Mr. Johnson. We're so happy to see you. That connection is releasing oxytocin. They feel, hey, I'm happy they're here. They know my name. on a subconscious level. The serotonin, which plays a dynamic role in loyalty, customer loyalty, is released, and they're not even aware of it. And finally, the endorphins that allows us to push through pain. If you have a premium price offering where they're like, this is out of our budget, we cannot afford it, that endorphins kicks in and say, we're going to push through. Where do we sign? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying so long, Mr. Origin. Hopefully you've got some gems from this. If you have gotten some gems, type a blue gem. Just drop a blue gem for me. Drop a blue gem if you got some gems from this broadcast. Drop a blue gem and let me know for sure that you are going to not just watch, but you are going to ingest it and apply it to your brick and mortar when you get it, because you will, my friend, have a brick and mortar. I am already speaking that into existence. Once this economy recovers, you are going to have a brick and mortar. You're not going to be a mobile retailer. No, you're going to have other realtors working under you, brother, and they are going to want to work with you. I'm already putting that into the universe, and it's done. It's already done. So it is. All right. So I know there's a delay, but type your response when you get it. And I appreciate everyone. And next week, we're going to talk about the other sense. We're going to talk about the sense of smell and how that affects the customer experience and how you can use that as an advantage as a business owner to build customer loyalty and to enhance the customer experience. So next week, tune in next week again. We're going to talk about the other sense of smell. Peace, and see you guys on Wednesday.